permit me to take you on a bit of a journey, starting with a Bible verse you perhaps won't expect in this conversation, and that is 1 Corinthians 7:4, a verse that has been used too often as a cudgel by too many men. So we're going to have to tear down this verse a little bit to understand first what it doesn't say, then we will figure out what it does say, and we will demonstrate how this understanding of this verse, it will provide for you eros love till you die. Not kidding. 1 Corinthians 7, what doesn't this say? The wife does not have authority over her own body, but the husband does. And likewise also, the husband does not have authority over his own body, but the wife does. Huh? What does that have to do with the price of tea in Texas on Tuesday? A lot. Let us figure out what it doesn't say, because too many men who simply desire eros love in its basis form use that verse as a club. Hey, give your body. It's commanded right there in the Bible. And if you think I'm kidding, it does get used regularly by men who aren't filled with a whole lot of agape love to simply demand and insist that they are given eros love. That is not what this verse is saying. This verse is not about, well, I'm not in the mood tonight, dear, but 1 Corinthians 7:4 says, I have to be, so let's go. No, that is not what it says. The context tells us Paul was dealing with a bit of confusion, as always, in the Corinthian church. The question was, can I stop being intimate with my spouse and gain righteousness? They were under the wrong impression that all intimacy is perhaps dirty or bad. No, it is not. It is a gift from God, and it is good when it is done rightly in the right context of a husband and wife and a lifelong committed covenantal relationship. But they were thinking, well, if I put aside this desire, will that build up righteousness for me? Because I'm denying myself. See, I'm doing a little act of sacrifice, so God will be more pleased with me. And Paul says, no, you cannot stop being intimate with your spouse because you think it's going to make you more righteous. First of all, it doesn't make you more righteous. Only Jesus makes us righteous. Even our works don't make us righteous. It is only the pure works of Jesus Christ that make us righteous, and our works are a fruit of his works. Nevertheless, Paul is telling them, no, you cannot force celibacy onto your spouse. That is what he's after. Jim Widenar, in an article that dissects 1 Corinthians 7:4, summarizes this rather neatly for us. Thank you, Jim. He wrote, saying you should not force celibacy on your spouse is not the same thing as you must give sex to your spouse on demand. Many times, circumstances or differences in mood or desire result in one spouse saying, not now, dear. Such circumstances are not what this passage is about. They do not even come close to approaching the forced celibacy suggested here. It is incorrect to use this passage to deny someone the right to say no. Feel the emphasis? To these people who thought, well, I'm going to be super spiritual and I'm never going to do that again, Paul is saying, no, you don't have the right to do that with your body because your body is owned by your spouse and he or she has rights and access to it, and therefore you cannot deny them this act. That is what Paul is after. How different is that then? You gotta, the Bible says so. No, there can be times when it is appropriate, it is right, and if we are loving our spouse with agape love, acceptable to say, I understand, dear, not tonight. Hello, Maria. This is Todd Friel from your auto insurance company, noticing you're not taking advantage of any of our life insurance policies. Really? Really, you're not afraid to die? That's funny. Listen to this clip from Paul Washer.
I'm talking about you.
So what do you think of that, Maria?